If you want to write good stories, you need to understand how story structure works and get over this idea that story structure or the three-act structure is just a conspiracy by Hollywood to write stupid, simple movies. Story structure makes sense to people in their lives because it reflects in a condensed and stylized version the way that people live their lives. The reason why the three-act structure makes sense and why all story structures effectively are a response to the three-act structure, even if they don't use the three-act structure, is because the way we live our lives is basically like a three-act structure. You're born, you mature, you are forced to make a choice, so you go to university or you go to trade school. That's Act 2, you learn the technical skills, and then at a certain point you finish your learning process and you go out into the world, and now you have to deal with the realities of what it means and the complexities of applying that technical knowledge in the context of the world. That's the second half of Act 2, and at some point you're going to screw up badly because you haven't figured out how to properly apply that knowledge in a complex and subtle and nuanced way that reflects your values, and you're going to have a big setback that you're going to have to then overcome, and then you become a master. Then you master that field. Of course, there are variations on that, and there are ironic relationships to that, and there are tragic relationships to that, but nonetheless, we experience in the modern age a sense of narrative in our lives which is linear and progressive, which rises and moves forward. And that's why people write stories this way and why stories this way make sense. You can defy it productively, but you need to understand it in order to be able to properly use structure to tell a great story.